Go ahead, Mari.
So yeah,
I'm so lost.
so am I. So my question is, right, now that it is widely known that women initiate the majority of divorces, and a big thing is either irreconcilable differences, infidelity, and I forget what the other top reason was.
Money is one of the main reasons.
Yeah, money. There you go. Well, I'm not sure what the proper term is, so
Lack of money.
okay.
There you go.
Lack of money. So if men know that infidelity has now become a lot of women's non-negotiables, like they will leave because of that, why do they insist on cheating? Because you said that women will sacrifice their families for happiness. So if men are chasing other women to be happy, can you also say that men sacrifice their families for happiness?
No, because most men don't have the capability to actually cheat. They would if they could, but most men don't have the capability to cheat. Most guys are in a relationship where the woman is telling him what to do. He got her by the skin of his teeth. He's not that attractive. He barely was not her first choice.
He doesn't get sex at all.
He doesn't get sex at all.
I was talking about in the cases of infidelity. I know like that's generally not
it's
the
biology, by all means.
And
It's
also,
biology.
and a lot of sexless marriages. Something like 60% plus of marriages are sexless, which basically means sex once a year, if not less, or once a month. I forget the exact definition. But the point I'm trying to make is, right, when women got cheated on before, they would make it work because they understood that duty and the marriage was more important. They kind of just accepted it. Nowadays, thanks to feminism, we prioritize female happiness over the family. That's why the nuclear family has been destroyed, and we have quite a bit of degeneracy we have now, because all the training wheels, religion, shame, society, and masculinity in general, they're all gone. They're all out the wayside because of feminism.
I have a question.
So you
as well.
speak till death do us
And
part.
to compound the problem, women make their own money and they get their own status. What do? They want a man that's better. So what's ended up happening a lot of the times is women write a check that they can't cash.
I mean, I think as of right now that women are able to provide for themselves, they expected men to adapt in other ways. That's why a lot of women come on the podcast and they say that money isn't the main thing. We can make our own money. Are you emotionally competent? Like, are you emotionally
It
intelligent?
sounds good.
Yeah,
but,
but that's a lie.
but it's not true.
But that's a lie. Like,
But that's what
statistically
y'all want it to be. That's
because
not what
women
it
will sit there
is.
and say, "I don't care about money."
Yeah.
But then when polled in private, they
Chris.
want approximately at least the
Chris.
man to make 56% more money than they do, roughly.
I mean, I guess so. I can only go based off. Again,
The other
I have
thing,
my
too-
own biases because I have my own lived experience and
Yeah.
I've spoken to different women on different various platforms, and it's
But they
generally.
lie. I'll give you a perfect example of this. So Northwestern did a study, right? And I'll give you an example of what I mean when I say women lie. This will probably illustrate it pretty well. Northwestern did the study where they took men and females, right? And they asked them what arouses them. So first they had them write down what they liked or what they found arousing. And then they had them watch images, okay? And what they did was they attached electrodes to the genitals, all right, for both the men and women. Now the women, when asked, what did you find attractive? The women put things that are conventional and, socially acceptable. A man that's in good shape, a man that's tall, a man that's dominant, assertive, cool. Now when they asked the men what they find attractive, women, right? Hot girls, fair. But then when they actually did the experiment and they showed them images, two different things happened. When they showed the men the images and they measured the electrodes, they saw that the men only got aroused when they saw women. So in other words, they said, I'm a heterosexual man, I want women. When they showed them the women, they were aroused by the electrodes attached to their genitals. They got an erection, right, by the blood flow. But something interesting with the women, when they had the women look at images, they showed the monkeys banging, they showed a guy walking on the beach, they showed gay men kissing, they showed women kissing, they showed women kissing, they showed a multitude of different erotic images. Guess what? What the women said that they were aroused by and what they responded to with the electrodes were completely different. They found that the women were aroused by almost everything that came on screen. So what does this prove? It proves that women in public will say something to not come off as a whore or come off in a negative light because a woman's image is everything.
Purity culture.
Exactly.
Okay.
But in private, they are aroused and attracted by other things. Versus with men, what we're aroused by and what we're attracted to are the same. With women, it's not the same. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is why I don't really take what women say at face value when they say, I'm attracted to XYZ. But when you look at all their ex-boyfriends, they're all bad boy drug dealer assholes. But they say, I want a nice guy.
Facts, Crody.
Women are not honest with what actually arouses them, because if we were to come out with what you guys are aroused by, it makes you guys look really fucking bad. Is the truth.
I'll speak for myself. I think money is very arousing. That doesn't mean that I can't get that by myself.
My God.
I don't think that money is arousing.
She never once
in
said
a
that
man.
money's not arising.
Money, no, none of us said that money
one said
wasn't
that.
rounding.
You said it's
asked,
not important.
nice.
you
No, she
said
said
what
that's
we
not
look
the most
for in a
important.
man. I don't need money from a man. I can get money by myself.
That's
Money
not the
is
point.
arousing, but I can get
that
it by
wasn't the question.
myself. Yeah, that wasn't the question. You said in a man. I don't need money from a man.
All right. Well, listen.
I mean,
Let's agree to disagree because we got some chats here and you are exposed. Anyhow,
Would love to be.
no, you are, nigga. Did yourself.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the
The
point of
one-
the study was to prove that what women say and what they do are two different things.
I literally just said it.
I
to
mean,
your
like
face.
I said, I
It's
mean, I
just
can
not what
understand
want
why
in a
because
man.
of purity culture. I mean, at the end of the day, if I
Yes.
come on here and I say, yeah, I'm not gonna hold you, fam. I need a man with a tornado tongue and somebody who knows. You guys gonna look at me like I'm crazy and be like, what the hell?
Yes.
But I mean,
That's the point, though.
Yeah.
no, but again, I guess it's the questions that are asked. If you just say like, what do you find attractive in a man, open ended, and you could say as many answers as you want, sure. But if you say what's the most important things or what's the top 3 things, no, you don't need to come in here with a tornado tongue. I'm sorry, I could teach you that. I need you to be competent. Can you have a decent conversation? Do you have a good relationship with your family? Like, what are your morals and your standards and all these things? So, is it the most honest answer? Probably not, because again, you need to be respectable and it depends on the conversation, but that doesn't mean it's
That's
any less true.
The point.
What's the point?
That women aren't honest with what they actually
We're
find
told that we
arousing or
can't.
attractive.
We're told that we can't be raw and unfiltered. We need to be
That's-
respectable
that's the
and
point.
and that
whatever.
is precisely my point. Why I don't listen
point.
to you guys?
But I'm saying that it's
That
not.
is my bottom line. Why I don't
Oh,
listen to what
I mean,
women
hey.
say when
So
they say
then
I'm
why
attracted
do
to
that
you
X,
doesn't
Y,
mean it's
or
not
Z.
true.
When
Two
they
things can
when
be
they
true.
talk about
May I ask a question?
what they're aroused by and what they're attracted by.
If you don't like to listen to anything a woman has to say, why do you have a
Knew this was
podcast
coming.
strictly about women?
Oh, 'cause this is
Why
what
don't
it
you
does.
wait? Hold on. Let me finish my question.
Sure.
If you're so worried about what makes us submissive and why we're submissive, why would you not have a podcast full of men teaching them how to be dominant and superior?
Well, guess what? We do both.
Yeah, we have a daytime show.
I'm
we
sorry,
teach
I
that.
don't watch y'all's show. That's my bad.
That's quite
That's my
fine.
bad.
Then why did you assume
Then
our
that's
show
okay.
is?
Then that's okay.
Yeah, we
why would
have
you
a
s-
daytime show where we teach that.
I was actually invited, not told what it was, so
that's
I'm
fine,
just
that's
here.
fine, that's
So,
fine,
and
that's
thank
fine.
y'all for answering my question. If you
That's
do
fine.
that for men, that is great.
We definitely
Yeah,
do.
I think the purpose of the podcast is to show the enormous amount of cognitive dissonance that modern women employ when trying to make points that don't necessarily reflect with their actual real nature. And we've interviewed. See, there's a reason why I ask the questions I ask and I pose a certain scenarios because we've interviewed almost 4,000 women now, and it's amazing to see, regardless of education level, background, culture, you guys all fairly think very similar. And it goes back to my original argument. Female standards and what they look for in men are fairly rigid, despite the fact that you guys try to say that you're not picky, or not, excuse me, not picky, but you guys aren't shallow.
Shallow.
Women say all the time, I'm not shallow, I'm open-minded, etc. But the reality is you guys are extremely rigid in what you actually want.
So if I walked in here and I raised my hand and said, yes, I want money from a man, then what would you say?
You're being honest.
But that's not my honest. That's not what I want.
I
Did you
actually,
not just say a second ago that money is arousing to you?
Yes, to me, but that doesn't mean that's
my
what I
God,
look
it's not
for
the
in a
main
man.
factor.
I can get money by my when I am
Understandable,
at my
but-
job working and I see money. Yes, I'm there to make money. But when I look at a man, I'm like, oh yes, he's attractive. Oh yes, he has these qualities.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean
Okay, so listen,
that-
just to give you a news flash, money says a lot about man. And in totality, it means he has dominance, he's a leader, he knows what he's doing. So when you say money, it covers a lot of things altogether.
So if I have money, does that mean that I'm dominant as well?
Yes, and so
So then why
form
do
of
I
fashion,
need?
But that's the point. Men don't want to date other men. So if you're too dominant for a man, he won't date you, he'll just smash
oh,
you.
can I please?
So
That's not
Jump
true
in.
because several men have been attracted to me by I've seen a man that literally has said I don't want a woman because she's not on my level. So what are we
they're
supposed
lying
to do?
to you to smash you. I'm telling you, bro. Like, this is the game.
Ain't nobody
Niggas lie,
fucking
so then
me
you
like
buy,
that.
and they fuck, and then they say goodbye.
So I have,
Okay.
I have a question, right? Because a few years ago, I'm not sure. Well, I'm pretty sure like the majority of the guys in here can confirm whether I'm telling the truth or not. There was like a big fad of men who are saying like, I want to date like somebody who's down to earth, like who can roll a blunt or play video games with me or watch the game or whatever. They wanted more of a friend and a partner, right? And then I feel like a lot of women adapted to that because a lot of men say, A lot of men say women can't cook, they're not good homemakers, they want to live their best life, hot girl shit, city girl shit, whatever, right? But at the same time, I also had a class where it said that women do look for providers, dominant men, like the 1%. But then a lot of people disagree because people who are not in the 1% are still having kids. You understand what I'm saying? So like people are still having kids for, as you guys say, pookies and ray-rays and those who are not submissive, cucks, whatever. So I think the numbers and the theory kind of aren't matching, if that makes sense, because men on like your viewers are saying we want submissive women, we want feminine, gentle, soft-spoken, malleable women, but then when we interact with men outside, men are like, you know, you're surface level, you're bougie, you're a gold digger, why in the world should I date you? I've literally heard men say, you don't deserve to go on a date. Like, you need to prove to me that I should take you out. And then it's like, okay, so I can't sit in my, because feminine energy is to receive, right? I can't sit in my feminine energy and receive these things, because when we do, it's you're a gold digger, you're shallow. So where, like, what's the middle ground?
I'll tell you this right now. The reason why I say that is because you showed signs of something where it's like, you know what? I don't want to waste time here because you're showing either too much masculine energy, or, for example, you were seeing maybe the strip club. So you know what? For you to be worth my time, I need to see why you're worth my time.
Oh,
but generally, if she's feminine, I'll take you out all day.
Let me clarify this. The way that I'm dressed now is the way that I'm typically dressed. So when men see me and they approach me, they have no inclination that I'm a stripper. So that does not apply.
Well, something you saw said, you know what? Red flag, I need to verify before I go take you on a date. But that's fine. All right. So questions here and then some chats, because we got a lot to answer. And these are from the ladies as well. Chris, we doing chat first or we doing questions first?
With a T?
I'm a polygamist.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So
Question for you, because you said that you date multiple men.
I said I would.
You would.
I would.
When's the last time you did it?
2 years ago.
Okay. How many was that at the same time? 2,
3.
3, 4, 3. Okay. Did each one have like something they did really good but lack in other realms?
You're talking physically or just in general?
In general, maybe one guy was handsome, another guy had money, another guy was charismatic. Like,
all of them were gorgeous. All of them were successful in their own right.
Oh,
they
so
were all,
you were a side chick then?
No. We were all
you weren't?
no. They were all single. One was seeing 2 other women.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, we weren't together.
Okay.
But I was definitely seeing them. They all knew about each other. They were fully aware of the situation.
Wait, they're hitting you raw?
Pardon? Were was I having sex with them unprotected?
Yeah.
One was, 2 were not.
Okay.
What happened?
I just didn't want them anymore.
And they knew about.
They knew about each other. Full disclosure.
They were black?
Yes.
Damn, black cucks is crazy.
They weren't cucks because they didn't participate in any sexual encounters with one another.
Bruh.
That's
Yeah, I know that like is considered the literal term, but basically any guy that allows a woman to have sex with other men is considered a cuck.
oh, okay. Well,
100%.
Yeah.
What is a cook? I never heard that before.
to me, a cuck is a man who likes to enjoy watching his partner sleep with other men.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
that's
like
not what occurred.
It comes from the bird. It comes from the bird, which basically.
That's not what occurred. But I'm a true polygamist. I believe in polyandry and the opposite of it, and in between.
It's basically nowadays it's colloquially used basically for any guy that allows a woman to have other partners is considered a cuck.
Oh, sorry, I was going for the
Yeah.
other definition. I
Yeah,
apologize.
like that's basically what it is. So okay, interesting. Because anytime I've seen women like date multiple guys, it's not normal. It's not common. Typically, when they do that, the men lack in something. So one guy might have money, but he's ugly. Another guy will have, maybe he'll have, I don't know, good looking, but he's broke. Like women typically, what I've realized is this: if a man has everything that the woman's looking for, she doesn't need to go out and find another guy. But with men, however, if we find a girl and she has everything we're looking for, we will still go out and look for another woman.
So I have special circumstances in that scenario. I am planning on going to university here, so I made it very clear that this could not be permanent, as I don't do long distance. I can't do that when them being in Toronto and me being in Houston, because I'm planning on going to Texas Southern. So they were aware that this was temporary. I was aware that this was temporary. They were all great men.
I mean,
Yeah, but my point being is that like women can't like. I don't want to sound like an asshole. They can't ride the dick carousel for long. Like they have to. At some point, women have to either consolidate on one guy, or just leave the dating marketplace altogether. Versus men, we will ride the pussy carousel as long as we can if we have the status and resources to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if you have a girl that's perfect, she'll be your girl. She'll be the main. She'll have the house. Then you are going to venture out and get other women. But on the other hand, with women, you find a guy that's tall, attractive, assertive, and he's everything that you want. You're not. Other men are invisible to you eventually.
And money too.
Excuse me, they're invisible to you. So in other words, we have eyes for other women, regardless of how much our woman satisfies us. For women, if their man satisfies them, other men are invisible.
Hence why I said that I can't really answer this question because I'm the outlier.
All right,
That's fine.
I'm a true
We got you.
polygamist, right?
We got you.
So
We got you.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: if you're a true polygamist, if you found a guy that checked off all your boxes, would you still go out looking for other men?
That would be a conversation between him and I, because just because I'm a polygamist doesn't mean that he is. So that's why when I've been in serious relationships, there've been
But would you want to? Let's assume his opinion is irrelevant.
in my
would
dream
you want to?
in my dream world.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'd have a husband and a boyfriend in my dream world. But I understand that I live in a somewhat monogamous society, right? So typically that can't happen.
No. You don't have to judge. I was just curious because like you're the first woman I've met. Right?
Oh,
One
I'm
of the few-
100% honest. This is my vagina. I could do what I want with it. Like,
Yeah.
I can say however I
And
feel.
no
If
one's
you don't
loyal
like,
anyway, so.
girl, if
Let's
nobody
throw that
likes
out.
it,
Yeah,
right? If nobody
yeah.
likes it, right? I can't force anyone to date me. So I already understand without even opening my mouth. I already don't appeal to the masses. So I'm okay
No.
with that.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, you're the first woman I think I've met that, like, openly is like, yeah, if I had the choice and I had a dream man, I would still want a boyfriend on the side. Most of them
100%.
would say, I would just want one guy and that's it.
Yeah.
No.
Right? If he fulfilled everything. So, okay. What else do we got?
All right, chats.
Nigga said whore.
General Zod.
Yawn whore. Okay.
Oh my gosh! If I was a whore, then I
Uh,
promise you, I would own a property right now.
Will M.
His fucking mother's a whore.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
whoa,
goddamn.
Damn.
Sorry.
All right.
I mean, I would like to. Can I
Wait.
ask that guy a question? How do you know like a whore when you see one, unless you pay for them? So like, is that like your thing? Is that like your side hobby or whatever? Like you like to go out and pay for prostitutes and whores, so you feel like you could just identify us?
Okay.
All right.
General Zod.
Yawn. Okay. Oh, no. Were they? STF. Oh, shut the fuck up. You're just hungry. You're not you. When you're thirsty, just drink some blood. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
do that.
confused. All right, let's move on. The broke guy let his hands do the talking because his wallet couldn't.
Yo, what the fuck, man?
That was actually kind of funny.
Oh shit!
That was actually kind of funny, bro.
That's funny, bro.
That's actually kind of funny, nigga.
And she smiled too, so you know.
No. Listen. I can run into two jokes about my ex. I hate that guy. I can't wait until he's in the dirt. So I can't even say nothing. But I mean, at the end of the day, just because he was broke doesn't mean he wasn't generous.
Man.
Super.
All right, super crody.
Super. What?
Oh
No.
my God.
I can't even say he was. So a crody means you're a crip. He wasn't a crip.
Oh.
So I'm not gonna hold you. He was a brody. So.
Oh, I don't know what that meant. My bad.
Yeah, no, a crody is a crip. Like if you go up to somebody and turn, you're like, "What's up, crody?" and they're not a crip. Good luck,
All right.
So,
All right.
What's the opposite? Brody?
brody.
They say that in Canada?
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay.
Myron Sun says, ratings from Fresh. Torta, 3. Religious Scripper, 2. Greek Alien, 3. Alarm Ding, 1. Raspy Voice, 304, 3. Christian Party Girl, 5. Cap'n Realtor, 3. Military Stalker, 2. Trying to be a comedian, 4.
Oh wait, hold on. She's here.
Oh, yeah.
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 to be a comedian.
You know, is it interesting that she
Myron's
said...
son. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Myron's son been
That
here
is
like
some
5
serious
times already.
cock sucking. Like I think you could deep throat better
Myron's
than me.
son love paying for shit.
Holy shit.
Damn. What?
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They talk a lot of shit, man.
Bro.
Professionals.
No, that's crazy though. Like $20 and then you call yourself Myron's son. Like you are a throater.
So girls was in the chat.
His mother must be very disappointed.
Oh, fuck, man.
Don't be putting your mama's dead
Like
name on
you
there.
put
We not throwing up on
super
your
head
mama.
to
you
shame,
heard?
beloved.
It's
from
a
San
little
Francisco.
bit, in all fairness, it's a little bit of an insider joke because this girl lied and said I got her pregnant, so they thought it was funny.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So they're trolling me by doing it.
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's why.
crazy? Girls liable
2
to
years,
get
3 years later.
having guys,
Is she
a guy's
pregnant?
kid.
No, she's not
That's
pregnant.
crazy.
It was a lie.
It was a lie?
She did it to promote her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh
Do
wow.
you
Did you
have
hit it at
kids?
least? Did you get some cooch out of it?
No, I did, but like that's why
Okay,
she
like,
lied.
hey, all right, cool.
That's
You
why
know
she
what,
lied.
all right.
Do
Said
you
I got her
have kids
pregnant.
in general or no?
No kids for me.
Okay.
No. But yeah, so that's why when they say that it's to troll me.
Can we go back to the chumps? Love
Um,
this.
You can't understand you're a prostitute. Just remember, you pop pussy for a living, you dirtbag whore. Goddamn, nigga.
No.
And then-
They should be so dry, yo. Like this is like MySpace days, like these comments.
To remind you, they're sending this for $20.
Yo, is there 6-year-olds on this shit? Because this shit not making sense.
So
Said
you're a
plus 10.
Triggered hoes.
Wait, can we go back? I just want to, because that made my brain glitch when I read it. You can't insult, you're a prostitute. Oh, the grammar's missing. Sorry.
Yo,
All right,
the
continue.
fucking nigga who's in his basement is back.
Triggered whores. Oh my god. Just because I said you need to spend your money on running water.
I told you to use that money to start a membership at the motherfucking gym. I don't know why you here.
Do you use
God
Rogaine?
damn.
Hold on, our floors. Can you tell me if you use Rogaine?
Okay, hello.
All right, according to FBI statistics, 67% of all crime is white, 26% black violent crime, 59% white, 36% black. Where the fuck do y'all get these false fat right? Oh, far right talking points that blacks do 50% of the crime. I mean, bro, here's the thing. Those statistics that you have are not correct. I can go ahead and show them to you. You're probably an angry monkey, but it is what it is. He's probably an FBA. Niggas get so mad, bro. Bro, just accept the fact that like black men are fucking violent, bro. Like, and they have lower IQ. This is just what it is.
That's crazy.
They've done studies on this. Asians are the highest, whites are the second, and then Hispanics are third, and then blacks are at the lowest. When they've done this, does this mean that every black person has low IQ? Of course not. But what they found through IQ testing is that blacks tend to score lower than other races when controlled for.
Side note, context is
nigger
always
sound.
important.
Yeah, nigger sound.
It's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it is what it is. It's the average, right, of the races, for all the races. One Sue Senpai, fresh, she said, I like ugly ninjas, looked at you and smiled. She'd been begging for your wallet all night.
Is it,
you talking about?
who's fresh?
No, he's
Wow.
fresh.
Damn, who's fresh?
Over there.
He's fresh.
No, he's fresh over there.
Nah,
Chris.
nigga. I mean, I'm lit.
All right,
Girl,
King
it's
Rich.
fresh is right here.
I don't know. Who's
Martin, my
who
boy,
at this
keep it
point.
up. Fresh, Mexican voice fool, be a dickhead too. Chris, you be showing up, but you and Fresh ain't super 3, like Myron. Catch up his way. Nigga, what?
Myron,
Yo, we don't even.
bro.
Why
Myron,
are we
my-
reading
wait.
this shit?
See, ladies, they roast us too.
Electra, that hairline got
There's hella
electrocuted so bad.
6-year-olds on here.
Wait.
Said Electra, that hairline got electrocuted so bad it fled to the back of your skull in shame. Those eyes, they're nice, sparkling like they're begging for a forehead that doesn't stretch into next week.
Who's Electra?
I think Miss Grease, right?
Alexa's out here in her own world and you're
Yo,
bothering
she's
her.
been hella quiet.
Like,
Y'all
she's-
so
you-
corny.
Wait.
Can you do a
Daredevil.
translation to Greek?
Okay, you want to
Yes.
respond to him?
She
needs a
I want
translation.
translation.
Translation?
They
You
were
said
being
your
very
forehead
mean.
is very big and the hairline's too far back.
Yes, I know it. I like it.
Oh,
Because it means
yeah.
I have
She's
brain
unique.
inside.
She's good
Oh,
brain. Okay, she responded to you. Yes, tell that nigga. Tell us something. Tell us something, man.
That's messed up. Leave her alone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are like little
nothing.
punks, bro. You guys are picking on the quietest girl in the room.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's how I
somebody
know
else,
your
bro.
I
dad
bet it was
doesn't
somebody
love
that
you.
nigga who need a
Don't be a bully,
membership.
man.
No, it doesn't bother me. People can say whatever they believe.
The pink.
Period.
And just so you guys know, real quick, with the IQ thing, there was a study done on this. It was like one of the most widely researched studies. It was like a whole meta-analysis of different IQs from different races. And it concluded the same exact thing I told you guys. That Asians on average have the highest IQs, followed by European whites, then Hispanics, then blacks.
Is this for like North America or globally?
That's a good question. I'll have to double check, but I would assume globally.
I wouldn't go as far to
Because
say
they
that.
pulled people from different places when they did these IQ tests.
We can verify after.
Yeah, but
Thank you
yeah,
kindly.
that's what it is, man. I mean, what else we got here? But yeah, it's considered, it's banned, but that's what it is, man. It's
No,
like very. They don't want you guys to know this shit. Because IQ and race realism is considered a taboo subject. What's up next? The pink girl's shirt is tighter than her pussy. Are they talking about? Oh, I think they're making fun of you. You haven't said much for someone that talks about being boring. You haven't said much.
I'm just observing. What did I get myself into?
See, that was funny.
That was very funny.
Question: when you and your, I guess, guy that you've been together with for 30 days, who does most of the talking? You or him?
Stephanie's in the mic.
I'm sorry.
Equal.
Speaking in third person? Speaking in third person is crazy, bro.
It's like Stephanie speaking to the mic.
Because she keeps
That was a
leaning back.
Deadpool movement.
She keeps staying far
She broke
from
the
him.
fourth wall.
Literally.
The ghost mic, Myron.
Nothing? Nothing. Like, who would talk more, you or him?
I would say equal.
That's scary.
You know, bro, what I'm starting to think, like, bro, they probably just eat dinner in silence.
Yeah, like
Wait, who?
When her and her, like, they literally, oh, you want to hang out? Okay, cool. Let's go get food. And they just sit and don't say a word and just eat their steak and just,
Yeah,
okay.
bro. Like,
See you next week. Okay, bye.
how was your day? Nom.
I'm not gonna.
No, I
that fell flat,
don't even
so-
think they ask that. That's what I'm trying to explain. I don't even think.
Girls, don't laugh.
And it's funny too because she opened up. She opened up by saying, "Oh yeah, boring questions. Like,
Girls,
be more
damn.
entertaining." And it's like,
Your assholes, girls.
I'm so excited. Half the panel.
Okay.
and then the girl that says, "I want communication, but don't listen." This is crazy, bro.
Like,
Yeah, isn't it funny how like women like say they want certain things, but
don't do it.
Don't do it.
yeah, or like
They're actually the opposite, but
Veronica,
it's funny
stop
though.
laughing.
You mean lack reciprocity?
yeah, they definitely
They do.
lack reciprocity.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, got you.
But
Oh.
here's the thing: I don't even need direct reciprocity because it's not like I want you to provide and protect me. Obviously, that would
Oh,
be
nice.
ridiculous.
I was just
but
saying in
they don't
general.
provide. Like they expect something from a man, which is fair. But what the man gets back in return
Not
pales in
even close.
comparison.
Not even close.
It's like it's always a value loaded exchange where the man has to do all this to get not much back.
Haven't you said that that's the way it's been for millennia? So isn't that on brand?
Well, no, because it used to be a man would be a provider and a protector, and he'd be able to rest assured that his woman wasn't a whore, and she would submit to him. Nowadays, men have to make more money, have more status to get a girl that is a whore. It's whole
I thought back in the day, like a man could like marry his brother's wife, and then like they would need to
brother's
like
wife?
yes, like so if his brother passed, like she would be first up for dibs to his siblings and then extended family before she could be just married off.
I
to
mean, if you're the Joe Biden family, maybe, but I think most situations, right, in the olden days, the man would be able to get a girl and be able to know that she's going to be submissive and she's not going to be a whore, and that's where he would exchange his resources for. But nowadays, women have higher standards, but they're ran through.
Yep.
So in other words, we're paying quite a bit of money and having to bring a lot to the table for women that aren't even virgins or submissive.
you know what? I'm just gonna leave
Hoflation.
that. I'm gonna leave that there because that's not entirely accurate.
How's it not accurate?
Philosophers and historians are actually discovering that women had far more colorful sex lives and involvement in society than previously believed. But I'll leave that
Okay.
there.
Well, are we talking about like in the United States?
I'm talking about like globally, like historians. I'm not
Sure.
talking about. So
Sure, if you look at like, other cultures that have been, conquered by European nations or colonized, sure, but that is exactly why they got colonized, because they didn't practice monogamy. Monogamy stabilized their societies, and they were lower IQ, which is why they got dominated.
Europeans didn't do that either. Women were having affairs and going to doctors to have orgasms. Like
Yeah, sure, but the thing is that they accepted the fact that they were prostitutes and everybody knew they were.
I highly doubt that you would go up to a duchess and say that she's a prostitute. You can get your head chopped off. If you knew that she had lovers and she kept lovers and all those things, like at the end of the day, women had colorful sex lives. It might have been taboo to talk about. Nevertheless,
but
they were doing
that-
things.
But that was a minority. Like,
Definitely
it
not a
wasn't-
minority.
It wasn't a minority.
No, and that's based on what I've learned through speaking through various professors. But yeah, I know college education.
Okay. When I'm talking about, when I'm referring to, men being able to, have a woman, when I'm speaking about hoflation, I'm talking explicitly about the United States and how things used to be in the marriage compromise versus what they are now. So in other words, men have to work significantly harder for women that aren't as high value as before, is my point.
Got you.
Stripperology 101.
Stripperology. What the hell does that have to do with being a stripper?
we got
I'm
two more
trolling. I'm
chats.
trolling.
That's what I thought.
Kareem says half the panel are low IQ and uneducated through a force that destroyed this American society.
How the hell did we destroy society and the eldest one of us is in our 30s?
But
I
you're
need you guys to
single
be
and
really
not
fucking for
married.
real.
You're single, not married.
How is
like,
me
one
being
girl has
single?
Kids.
How are we destroying society? How have we destroyed society?
Because you have no kids.
Because I have no kids?
Yes. All right.
But then
So raise
what?
your hand if you have kids. Exactly. Like 20%.
I love that
What's
you
wrong
guys
with
just say
having
things,
kids?
and because they
What?
form sentences, you think that they're intelligent. I love that for you.
Girl,
No, I think
So I
what
love that for you.
what he's trying to
What he's trying to
say
say.
is that feminism has led to the degradation of society because it's destroyed the nuclear family. Is what he's saying.
Yeah, no,
Feminism-
feminism was here before us. He said the panel. I want to know, according to that guy, how we, the 9 of us, destroy society.
Come on, man.
If you can't, suck your mom.
Well, because a lot of the women here on the panel adhere to feminist ideology. Despite even the most Christian girl here, well, self-reported, subscribes to feminist ideology.
Yo, when is this
what
gonna
God
be
says.
over?
I mean, I'm all about duality.
I mean, if
We're
you want to
talking
leave, you
about
can get up and leave at any time.
I'm
not
just
gonna-
hungry.
I mean, you know
Or
what?
it's fine. Just you can leave. It's
yeah.
fine because it's like the 5th time now that you've asked
Hear me
that.
out?
Yeah.
Come on.
You want to go?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
All right,
Have a good
Bye,
night,
bye,
everybody.
no problemo.
All right, bye.
Come on.
I'm coming.
Sorry,
baby.
All right, and then girls, just rearrange the table, please.
Yeah, rearrange
We're
for
out
us as
too.
well. Thank y'all.
No,
All right, you
the
too.
Christian's
All right.
walking off too. All right, fair enough.
All right. Let's go.
It's past my bedtime.
All right, 3, 4.
Cool.
Thanks for having us.
Didn't
no
say much
problem.
anyway.
No problem.
I didn't
problem.
this time. Not really my bad today.
All right.
So we start.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Goodbye.
So stupid.
All right. All right. Come on, shorty. Let's go.
I wasn't going to.
No, it's honestly all good.
It's fine.
They take their names off the shit, and it's fine. They just spent
Let's work for
3 or
us.
4 hours for no reason, and
Let's
don't
work
even get
for us.
credit for it, but that's fine. It just shows like female entitlement. It really does.
They all left.
Imagine going on a big show and just saying, you know what?
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna walk out. All right, leave.
Cool.
Absolutely cool. No problem.
Let's work for us.
Hey, man. Simple. And we were gonna wrap up soon too, man. But hey,
It's all good.
Hey, bro. Honestly, it's better.